What's up, everybody? Just wanted to share a couple thoughts that have been going through my head today and the last couple days. The word that's been coming to my head is foundation. What I mean is in relation to everyone's health and happiness. So I hear a lot about people just complaining about things that they have or don't have, or the time that they have or the time that they don't have in terms of getting to where it is that they want to, seeing their health the way that they wish it could be, or maybe not even thinking of it on that level of their health, but in relation to their overall happiness and the amount of time that they have with their friends and their family. So building a foundation is absolutely key. Otherwise, you have nothing else to build upon. If you have no foundation, there is no structure that will survive above it. So in trying to figure out a way to relay this message, the first thing that came to mind was, the usual questions that come up, when you're going through school. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. So when it comes to building a foundation, you have to think of exactly who this will benefit. Who will building a foundation benefit in your life? So foundation, let's think of it this way. A foundation for me is, I know if my family, my kids and my wife are not happy here at home, then I have to take a little bit of time away from what it is that I am doing in order to make sure that their happiness is risen to a level where I know I can function in a positive and optimistic way. Without that, I know that everything I do on my own is going to suffer a little bit. The quality is going to be a little bit less. The quantity will be less produced. And the overall result is not going to be as high as I would like it to be. So who will this benefit in your life when you're building a foundation? Second thing, what exactly does a foundation mean? So think about it. For you, in order for you to have a structure underneath called a foundation that you can build something on top of it, what exactly does that represent in your life? Does that mean, as in my case, a happy family? So my kids are having a good time, my wife is comfortable with where we are at this point. For you, what does that foundation look like? It could be something as simple as sleep. It could be something like diet. Are you happy with the quality of the diet that you have? Maybe you don't have kids. Maybe who knows? Maybe you're in high school. Maybe you're retired. Who knows? Wherever it is in your life, you have to think about what a foundation means for you at that specific time. Okay? It's going to have a different meaning for every single person. Now, next question, when? When is it necessary to have a foundation? All the time. Every single moment. So if you want to move forward in your life, say, as I just mentioned, maybe you, the listener, are someone who is ready to go off to college. Maybe this is your last year of high school. Or maybe you in college are ready to go off and get a job. Or maybe you, the person who has been retired, is ready to explore the next phase of your life. And when is it necessary to have a foundation to build off of? Well, if you don't have one, then now is the time to create one. We should always have something to start from. So a foundation, what is it? Again, who's it going to benefit? What does the foundation mean? When is it necessary? Now. Now, where can it be found? Where? Next question. It already exists. You have to be able to search through all of the things we filter out of our life day after day. So as I mentioned earlier, maybe you're not looking at it from a health perspective, but for me, health is extremely important because I know with the number of things that I have on my plate and the number of things I do in my life, if my health is not held to a certain standard, my family life will suffer. Why? Because I'm going to get sick. Okay, I'm going to be in bed. And when I go in bed because I'm sick, I'm in bed for like close to a week, sometimes more, depending on the illness. Now, I have to work my ass off in order to make sure I don't drop to that kind of a level. So where can your foundation be found? It is found in every single moment of your life. For me, as I mentioned, is health. For you, it could be something completely different. So your foundation, is it your desire for success? Is it, I don't know, whatever it might be for you. It, of course, is important to you. That's why you're here. That's why you're listening. So where can it be found? You have to search through every single part of your life to discover what it is that is truly important to you, and then you have to remember where that is placed. Okay, for me, health, I have to pull it to the forefront of my mind. If I do not do that, then I know that I'm going to be focused on something that is completely unnecessary to me. So when I forget about the fact that, I haven't exercised for a couple of days, or I haven't been eating the best kind of foods, or I've been going to sleep really late, even though I work a lot of hours, and if I leave those things aside, I know that I'm going to forget about it, and I'm going to start to worry about all the other things that come into my mind. Okay, so my foundation has to be from that place. Next, why? Why do you need it for your health and happiness? Now, this is not a question that I can lead you to answer. Again, I can only discuss it from my own perspective because I don't know where it is that you're coming from or where it is that you're looking to go when you're building something upon your foundation. So why is it that you need it for health and happiness? For me, I'm looking ahead. I'm looking long term. If I don't do something now, I know that the quality of life that my 2 children could have, or who knows, maybe I'll have more children in the future. But right now, my 2 children, when they get to my age, will they have the level of health, the level of happiness, or will it be even better? If I don't have a foundation for myself to grow from, to build upon, to move forward with, then I know for a fact that their foundation will not be as strong. Okay? They're going to have to start where I'm starting right now, where I'm talking to you, where you are listening in on, okay, where you're trying to figure out your own foundation. So for me, why do I need it for health and happiness? Because I want my kids to have an amazing life when it comes to their future, whether I'm here or not to witness it. They have to have something, and it's my responsibility to build that with them, for them, especially at such a young age. So for you, think about that. What is it that is exactly building a foundation for your health and your happiness? What does that mean? Who is going to benefit again? What does it mean to you? When is it necessary for you to have a foundation? We've already touched on that. It is always necessary. Where can it be found, and why do you need it? Last question. How do you build it? By answering those first 5 questions. Okay, you build upon it, but also, what are you going to do with it? Once you find what that foundation is, what exactly are you going to build upon top of it, or build on top of it? Okay, so the visions that you have for your life ahead, the passion that you have deep inside of you, the ideas for a product or a project or a service or a business or whatever it is. Maybe you want to go back to school. Maybe you want to get out of school. Maybe you want to, I don't know, be on TV, a world traveler, a professional speaker, an acupuncturist, I don't know, a doctor, anything, whatever it is that you want to do. How are you going to build that future without a foundation if you don't even know what that foundation feels like, looks like? You don't know where it is, you don't know who it's for, you don't know what it's for, you don't know when it's necessary, where it can be found, or why you need it, any of those things. So you absolutely must have a strong foundation underneath you, especially if we're going to talk about health, and especially if we're going to talk about happiness. So think about that, guys. Foundation. What does that word mean to you? And what's it going to look like from here on out? Okay, that's all for today. Have an awesome day. Take it easy.